The Wimbledon women's draw right now is just unbelievable. In a good way. Iga Swiatek, Belinda Bencic, Elina Svitolina, and Victoria Azarenka, y'all four did y'all big ones out there. Y'all did y'all things. Hi, my name is Christian Bassnight, and you're watching Grand Slam Tennis News Today. We were treated to two Match of the Year contenders at the same time at Wimbledon today, as first, Iga Swiatek staved off two match points versus Belinda Bencic, winning 6-7, 7-6, 6-3 to advance to her maiden Wimbledon quarterfinal. Talking about that match, Bencic honestly scammed that opening set, winning just 7 return points and saving 6 break points. Giving credit to her though, she was pretty clutch whenever her back was against the wall and served well and came up with the goods. Iga finally broke the Swiss woman's serve early in the second set, but she was soon after broken by Bencic, and the 14th seed remained out in front in the scoreline thanks to some pretty poor returning from Iga. Bencic was on the cusp of the shock of the tournament, holding 2 match points at 40-15, 6-5 on Iga's serve. There really was not much that Belinda could have done differently there, as the first point, Iga took control after an excellent first serve, and she finished it with her forehand unreturnable. And then on the second point, Bencic did get a second serve look, and she had a solid return up the line, but Iga was still able to get control of the point before ending it with a cross-court backhand winner. Bencic had a couple of smaller looks and opportunities to make a move, like when she was up a mini break 2-1 in that second set tiebreaker, before Iga then reeled off 6 consecutive points to take it 7-2. She also had a break point at 1-all in the third, and then Bencic, she had a 30-love look in that final 5-3 game when Iga was serving for it, and then she was actually robbed at 30-15 when she hit a deep forehand that was called out, but it was actually in, and Bencic unfortunately could not challenge that call because she was out of challenges. I do have to give props to Belinda. She is still on the comeback trail, and she actually hadn't won a match since April before the tournament due to some injury she sustained after the Charleston Open, and she played tremendous tennis this match. It's not like she choked. Iga was simply too good at the end and showed her champion mindset and resolve. Talking more about Iga, I'm running out of superlatives to describe this woman's greatness. Just what an exceptional effort from her. Even when she was down those 2 match points, I honestly thought that she would pull it out because she maintained that steely look of determination, and she wasn't freaking out like she normally does whenever she ultimately loses. She has definitely solidified herself to me as the most mentally tough player on tour. Just looking back to all of her US Open struggles last year and still managing to win that Grand Slam, and then that Mukova final last month, being down a break in the third after fumbling that set in a break lead, and now this. She's likely going to be even harder to beat at this point, knowing that she was so close to defeat. This win would give her even more confidence while simultaneously freeing her up more because she knew that she was a point away from losing. Iga's going to be a very strong favorite to me to make the finals, as she's 8-2 over the remaining 3 opponents in her half. Up next for the poll is Elina Svitolina, who prevailed in the battle of the Mamas, taking out Victoria Azarenka 2-6, 6-4, 7-6. Svitolina called this the second happiest moment of her life, second to her giving birth to her daughter last year, and I can definitely see why. Although, maybe, it could be her third greatest moment or happiest moment in her life, after giving birth and marrying Gael, but alas. In this match, she came back from 6-2, 2-love down to an opponent that she'd never beaten before in Azarenka, as she lost their 5 previous matches. And then she also recovered from a 7-4 deficit in that final set tiebreak to reach her second consecutive Slam quarterfinal since coming back from maternity leave. To come back and play this well, considering how difficult it is to come back after postpartum, and then when you consider everything that's been going on with her country, it's just truly incredible from that Svitolina. This match will definitely be making my top 10 matches of 2023 list at the end of the year, because it was just so good. There were so many long-lasting rallies. Both players just gave it their absolute all. It had everything from excellent defense, solid offense, edgy serving and returning, and then plus cute net points as well. Both of these women deserve nothing less than standing ovations after that, but unfortunately, that did not happen. Vika knew that Svitolina would not give her a handshake because of the war, so she acknowledged her at the net and then went on about her day, but the crowd still booed her when she walked off. This was just absolutely despicable. You know, the crowd was heavily pulling behind Svitolina this entire match, and they were pretty cold to Azarenka. So, I mean, obviously they're going to be happy that Svitolina won, but to boo Azarenka after she put on that excellent performance, like, where is y'all's class? Where is y'all's couth? And I'm honestly, maybe I shouldn't even be surprised, because the same thing happened at Roland Garros when Daria Kasatkina did a similar gesture after she lost to Svitolina in that, I think, 4th round match. And I thought that the Wimbledon crowd at least would have more couth and more class and more intelligence, but I guess not. They probably didn't understand the context behind why Azarenka didn't shake hands, you know, although they should have, seeing that Wimbledon literally banned Russian and Belarusian players. But I guess a lot of locals were in the crowd that day. And Svitolina even said in her press conference that tournament organizers should come out and say that no Ukrainian players will shake hands with Russian or Belarusian players. I don't even know if that's the right move, as that's just a little bit weird in my opinion. But focusing on the tennis though, Elena has had a great run to the quarterfinals as she beat 3 Grand Slam champions in Venus round 1, Sonia Kenin in the 3rd round, and now Azarenka. This 4th one in Iga Swiatek will be a much bigger ask, as the Polish woman won't let Svitolina get away with certain short balls. But on the flip side, Iga has not been playing her best tennis herself, so perhaps Svitolina has a fighting chance. However, I think that Bencic win will give her a lot of confidence, and I honestly don't see anyone beating Swiatek in this half at least. Looking at the other quarterfinal matchup that's on the cards, 4th seed Jessica Pegula takes on Marketa Vondrousova. Pegula has been blessed with a dream draw thus far, as she has not yet had to face a seeded player. On paper, she will be the favorite against Marketa, but I would not be surprised if Vondrousova got the scalp. Pegula has yet to win a major quarterfinal matchup, while Vondrousova has made a slam final before, so she's been in this position before, and she will have the confidence of knowing that she's done this before, winning a Grand Slam quarterfinal matchup. I also think that Marketa's tricky lefty game style could trip up the American. Moving down to the bottom half of the draw, we have 4 mouth-watering 4th round matchups that could see the 2nd and 3rd seeds also pushed to the limits. Defending champion Elina Rybakina takes on Beatrice Haddad Maia, who's in her 2nd consecutive slam second week. This could be a very tricky one for the Kazakh, as she lost to the Brazilian in their 2 previous meetings this year, although in their most recent matchup in Stuttgart, she retired down 6-1, 3-1 due to either illness or injury. I can't remember. I will still be giving the edge to Rybakina, as she looked in scintillating form versus Katie Bolter, crushing her 1-1. I truly feel that she's beginning to really hit her stride after that rough 2nd round matchup against Elisa Cornet, and to me, I think that she's going to be the strong title favorite, as she's looked in the best form out of anyone remaining in the draw. But keep in mind that this matchup, she will be tested a lot in this matchup. Now, Aryna Sabalenka also faces a player that she has a losing head-to-head against, and that is 21st seed Ekaterina Alexandrova. Sabalenka has lost her last 2 matches against the Russian, including in the Scherthagen-Bosch final on grass last year, which Alexandrova won in straight sets, even bageling Sabalenka in the 2nd set. Now, this will be the biggest match of Alexandrova's career, as she has never even been at this stage of being in a slam second week. Nerves and pressure could definitely get to her, but Aryna has not been that great this tournament thus far, and her form right now might not be enough to beat Ekaterina if she's on her game. Still, considering the experience factor, I'm having Sabalenka prevail in that one in 3 sets. The next matchup is probably even more mouthwatering, as we have 6th seed Ons Jabeur taking on 9th seed Petra Kvitova. Kvitova has the head-to-head advantage here, leading it 4-1, and even though Petra is a 2-time champion at SW19, I give Ons the mental and emotional edge, as she's been in this second week position more frequently as of late than compared to Petra. This is only Kvitova's second week appearance in a major since 2020, while it's Jabeur's 6th since 2020. There will be more pressure on Petra, knowing that she doesn't really have as many chances left to go for more slams. However, she is coming into this tournament in better form, as she won Berlin, while Ons was kind of struggling before the tournament, though she did get that confidence boosting 3-set win over Andreescu. Still, I think that Kvitova's overall more solid form will aid her here, as her game will likely hold up stronger in the tight moments compared to Jabeur. Plus, I will be still siding with the head-to-head history and have Petra winning this one. And then finally, we have a first-time meeting on our hands as Madison Keys takes on 16-year-old qualifier Mira Andreeva. Keys will be the strong favorite, I guess, on paper, as she won Eastbourne heading into this tournament, and she stormed through the draw thus far here at SW19, not dropping a set. However, Andreeva has the confidence of taking down a couple of seeded players in Krejcikova and Potapova. Plus, she has the edge of her knowing more about Keys' game than vice versa, with Andreeva being so new to the tour. Andreeva is a very smart player that knows how to frustrate opponents, and she's not really flashy about her game and does everything pretty solid. I see it going either two ways. Either Keys overpowers her and wins comfortably in straight sets, or Andreeva takes it in a three-setter. I think I'm going to go with the former scenario, as just thinking back to Roland Garros when Andreeva played Coco Gauff in the third round, she had to come through qualifying there too, and she kind of went away a little bit there in that match, and I think fatigue played a role there and just being so emotionally spent. The same could definitely happen here with Keys. That's all I have for this Wimbledon women's recap, and let me know your thoughts of Iga and Elena's incredible wins and Aryna and Elena's upcoming challenges in the comments below. Also, make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post Wimbledon updates like these. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Grand Slam Tennis News Today.